Hello everyone, this is Anna Churove from Pinnacle Consultancy Group, and today we're going to record a podcast session with our very special guest, Mr. Satish Kumar, Head of Sales, GMO, Canada. So hello sir, how are you?
Thank you. Thank you, Shobi, for having me here. I'm doing really good.
Okay, so we'll talk about the few institute that you have covered till now and the application fee, their entry requirements, or the location, or the interest scholarship that you can enlighten our student about this institute. So can you just briefly talk about those institute, like in general?
Oh, sure. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Okay, so at MSM, we have multiple tie-ups, right from across Pacific Oceans to Atlantic Ocean. We have many institutions and almost all the provinces. We can take some institutions from Saskatchewan colleges. We can take some institutions from Alberta. We can talk about some of the BC schools, British Columbian Famous institutions. And then we have some schools in Nova Scotia and some in New Brunswick as well. All these institutions are public funded institutions. That's the first USP I would say for all of you. In fact, for all our students, that if they are looking for study abroad and preferring to study at some public institutions, there are some given benefits what comes along. So this is one of the good part with our institutions here. And if I talk about the general criteria of eligibility, we can take students at overall 6 IELTS bands, no band less than 5.5 as well. And in academics, we can take students if you have just 50% in your academics as well. Though every institution is different. In some institution, we do require 73%, but that depends on course. That depends on the institution. Okay. And if I talk about scholarships, which is the most asked questions in Bangladesh, yes, we do offer scholarships being public institutions. And criteria starts from 80% in your academics. This is the basic and only thing we ask for. And then, other than academics, there are multiple other scholarships and bursaries available when you are at campus. So, that was just to give you a small brief. But for more, you can obviously reach out to Surbi or the Pineapple Education Group. They will help you with all the details ahead.
Okay, so can you just tell me the institute name that you are representing
Oh,
from
sure.
the
Okay.
GMO?
Thank you, Surbi, for asking the details of my institutions and the name of my institutions. So I'll start with some of the universities I promote in Bangladesh. They are Mount St. Vincent University, Cape Breton University, St. Thomas University, which is based in New Brunswick. And then we have some colleges in Atlantic side and some of the are in Pacific side. So we have Lakeland College there at Alberta. Then we have Saskatchewan group of colleges. Then we have Northern Lights College in British Columbia. And we have some more institutions. But yes, for them, you can reach out to Pinnacle and they will let you know that how we can promote those and how we can talk about the eligibility and scholarships ahead.
Thank you for the explanation of the institute that you are covering. So, can you tell me about the part-time job, accommodation, the peer facilities, and how is the visa ratio from those universities or the colleges?
Good. Thank you, in fact, for asking this question because I think it is one of the most needed or required answers everybody wants to know.
Right.
So just to begin with the accommodation facilities, all the institutions are just named. These are all public funded institutions and they have in-campus accommodation available and at really affordable prices. But in case some student really prefers to stay outside the campus, yes, we do provide some support to get those accommodations. Also, there are plenty of accommodations available nearby. And the second question was on the PR
Peer
job.
facilities and
So, same. I think our locations were not being very named and in demand before. But since the PR crisis has really hit all the students hard in the locations generally they used to prefer before, which you all know, which are those, which are mainly the GT areas. People are not getting PR there. People are not getting job there. And now they are moving to different cities. And all my institutions are actually at those locations where people are now moving. You know, if we talk about New Brunswick, my location is just at Fredericton, which is the capital of New Brunswick. If we talk about Mount St. Vincent University, it is located right at Halifax, the heart of Nova Scotia, the capital of Nova Scotia. You know, same with my other institutions. So we are very rightly located. And this is a pure justice, I would say, for any student and for everybody in case they choose right location and right institution for their careers. Because this is where they will feel or they will step into the first ladder of their success. Very important to choose right location. Okay. All my institution, I cannot say that in general everybody will have job in day one, because obviously you'll have to gain some skill set to get into the full-time jobs. But yes, part-time job is not a problem for any student going into any of my institutions here. So I hope that covers and answers your question. The last part was PR. So same is for PR. As I mentioned, that people are now moving to unexplored locations or not in demand locations now, because the PR facilities were easy there. The PR pathways, we call it, were easy there. So in most of my institutions, we have different PNPs. Like in Atlantic Province, we all know AIP lies. So AIP means Atlantic Immigration Plan. Okay. So people do get those advantages. Just after completing your education, if you have full-time job, after 6 months, you can apply for PR. Okay. Same happens when you are applying to different other side of the country, which is Saskatchewan. So let's say as Saskatchewan Immigration Nomination Program can help you there. And then same happens when you are applying through RCIP, Regional Community Immigration Programs. So you get those benefits with all my institutions. PR becomes easier in these locations through these PNP programs.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time and thank you for like covering the all topics that we are about to talk about this topic actually today. And thank you for visiting us. Thank you for visiting Pinnacle Consultancy Group. So, do you recommend the students to visit Pinnacle?
100%. So if I see the success of all my students previously, and if I see the visa success, if I see the overall journey and the kind of support students has got, I think it is 100% true that I would recommend that students should join Pinnacle for their visa and for their study abroad journey. And thank you, Surbi, for having me here. And thank you, entire team of Pinnacle, for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you all for visiting this.